Alright, so tomorrow's professional development is going to focus on using data to drive instruction. When doing this, we're going to focus on a technology tool called Plickers and how that can be used to collect data and link that to MTSS. So the first part that I want to go over is why. Why are we having this training, and how does that impact you? How does it affect you? So according to the technology survey sent to teachers, 95% of teachers want bi-monthly trainings on technology. And then studies show that teachers at schools that use a data-focused program have found that data improves their instruction, their eagerness to teach, and professional fulfillment. As well, a study from the Alliance for Excellent Education and the Stanford Center for Opportunity Policy and Education found that if technology is implemented properly, it can promote student achievement and their engagement. So that gives you kind of the insight of why we would focus on technology as well as using data inside of the classroom. The next part is the school growth plan, and how this training is going to align to that. So our 21st century goal states that by spring 2017, McSweeney Elementary teachers will increase their skills in technology as measured by informal observations. We will reach this by providing bi-monthly technology trainings to teachers. So this will be part of your bi-monthly training. As well, our achievement goal states that students will increase levels of proficiency by 10% in math and language arts as measured by MAP testing. McSweeney will accomplish this through one-to-one technology, training focused on Common Core standards, reading intervention, and MTSS. So we're going to be actually also incorporating MTSS into this training. So going on to what is MTSS. So MTSS is a multi-tiered system of supports that focuses on using high-quality evidence-based instruction. In MTSS, data is analyzed to ensure that every student is receiving the appropriate level of support and resources so that every child could achieve or exceed proficiency. So the main focus on MTSS is taking those supports and or taking that data, analyzing that data, and finding out where is each student performing and what supports do they need to be able to be proficient or maybe exceed proficiency. And as well as MTSS focuses on collaborating, working with others. So we're going to have time during our training where you guys will be able to work together, collaborate, find ways that you can use the new tool Plickers that we are going to be going over to design different supports for different students, as well as you'll be able to create quizzes that you feel like are appropriate for your students as a team, and analyze the same. Then you'll be able to analyze the same data from the same quizzes so that you guys can kind of see where your students are lying and give support to each other. So it's focused on supporting the students as well as working as a team to support one another. I did put onto this Prezi a video, which you can see right here, because the video and my Screencast-O-Matic are going on at the same time. My internet is not able to really run them at the same time without it pausing too many times. So what I'm going to do is I will post this Prezi onto the Google Classroom where you'll be able to go ahead and watch that video. And she just explains in the video kind of what I already explained on what MTSS is. And we will go in more in depth into that as well as tomorrow. But I want you to have kind of a basic understanding as to what that is. Our next focus is going to be on what is Plickers, and then how can that support MTSS? So Plickers is a technology tool that allows teachers to systematically produce formative assessments. As well as Plickers collects and organizes data from the assessments, providing teachers immediate feedback, making it easy for them to determine what supports are needed for each student. So that's kind of how it's going to be focused, or linked to the MTSS, is you're going to be able to have data that's going to give you immediate feedback, telling you what questions each student got right, which question each student got wrong. As a class, is there a particular question of many of them getting wrong, or is there one that they've all mastered? And you can kind of move on past maybe that skill. And you'll be able to then decide what students need extra supports and which students maybe need more difficult tasks. Maybe it's a little too easy for them. So I'm going to see if at least the Plickers video
where you'll
will
scan
play.
the paper
If not,
cards. to get the student
I will
responses.
kind of explain what's in there, and again,
to get started, you'll need to either create an account or sign up. When you are signed in to Plickers, you can either add a new class or use the demo class to get started.
What these things are.
So now I've got my class, and I can start adding students. I just type a name,
where
and
you'll
hit
scan
enter,
the paper cards,
and each student is assigned a number that'll correspond with the number
started,
of the
you'll
Plicker
need to
card
create
that
an
I'll give
account
them
or
later.
sign up.
Once I'm done adding
you
my
are signed
students,
in
I'll
to
go to
Plickers,
my
you
library,
can either add a new class or
and that
use
is
the
where
demo
my
class to
questions
get
live.
started.
I can add new questions here. I can track the questions that I already have.
So now I've got my
I can
class,
assign different questions to
and I can
different
start adding
classes.
students.
Once my
Just type a
classes are
name
set up and my questions
and
are
hit enter,
created, I'll
and
click
each
Live
student is
View,
assigned a number
and
that'll
all of the work
correspond
from
with the
here
number of
happens
the
in the
Plicker
app.
card
I
that
have a
I'll
list
give
of my
them later.
classes.
Once I'm done adding my students, I'll go to my library, and that is where my questions live. I can add new questions here. I can track the questions that I already have. I can
select
assign
the
different
class
questions to
that
different
I want
classes.
to work with from the app. And the
Once my
question that I
classes are
ask
set up
is automatically
and
shown
my
on my
questions are
website, so I
created,
would
I'll
project
click
my
Live
computer
View,
screen, and I'd be
and
able to
all of
ask
the work
questions
from
and
here
manage the
happens in
questions
the app.
from my
I have a
phone.
list of my classes.
To scan the Plickers, I just touch the camera icon on my phone and scan through and see what my student answers are. I like to show the graph view when I'm doing a live quiz, so that I can show the students their progress or their scores in relation to the rest of the class. When you're done with the quiz, you click on Reports, and here you can see the summary of responses for all of the questions that you've asked
to scan the Plickers, I just touch the camera icon on my phone and scan through and see what my student answers are. I like to show the graph view when I'm doing a live quiz, so that I could show the students their progress or their scores in relation to the rest of the class. When you're done with the quiz, you click on Reports, and here you can see the summary of responses for all of the questions that you've asked to
each class. Well, that's Plickers in 2 minutes. I hope you enjoyed it and have fun.
So that was just about the end of the video. As you can see, it'll show you in green and in red who got what question right and who got it wrong. And then you can see by class how many students got that question right, or how many questions that your class got wrong, or how many students got that question wrong.
each class. Well, that's Plickers in 2 minutes. I hope you enjoyed it and have fun.
And you should be able to just exit out of that. Okay, our last part of this training is going to be getting started. So before going into the professional development tomorrow, you can go ahead and you can go into the, there'll be two ways. You can go into the Google Classroom, you can go into the Prezi. If you go to the last slide here, the getting started, there's a video where I recorded how you would sign up for your Plickers. Now there's 3 parts to that. You need to be able to first create an account. Second, you need to create a class for each period that you have. Or you can do it per subject, depending on how your class is set up. So if you want to do one for science, one for English, you can do it that way. If you have multiple periods, you can do it that way as well. And then third, you need to go ahead and put your roster in for each of the students that you have. So you would go ahead and put in, will want to, probably before looking at this, you will want to print out your roster. That would be the quickest way to do that. You'll want to go ahead and go into Aries, print out your roster, so that you have it ready for this. But I'm going to have you go ahead and access that. I will post the video into the Google Classroom, as well as I will post the Prezi. So you can get to the video through the Prezi, or you can just go directly to the video. I'm going to have you do that, so that way you can pause as you need to go. You can go at your own pace. You can go faster if you need to. You can stop it. You can watch it multiple times if you need to, just to make sure that you have all those steps. So please, when you come in tomorrow, make sure your classes are set up so that way tomorrow you guys can focus on playing around with the clickers. We will go ahead and we will do a clickers lesson where you guys get to be the students, as well as you will be able to work with your team to create clickers quizzes. So you need to make sure though that you have your class set up so that you guys can get straight into that instead of waiting on other members or having people wait on you to create those quizzes.